Before this video starts, I do just want to mention I'm going to be live streaming on Twitch every single day for the next few weeks. I have a ton of free time right now, so I'm just going to basically spend that free time just playing Fortnite and live streaming it, because why not? So if you would want to follow my Twitch, I will link it at the top of the description. You can quickly do that right now before the video starts, and I would appreciate that so much. But yeah, I just thought I'd mention that. Yo guys, what is going on? It's your boy Fxtch here, back with a brand new YouTube video. In today's video, we have something pretty crazy. So there actually is now a new method to stop your Fortnite from crashing, or at least when it crashes, you can somehow revive your game. I'm sure a lot of you guys have probably seen this already through Code Life, and if not, just stay on this video. I'm gonna explain a few more things, because actually in this video, even if you guys have seen the method already, what I'm actually doing to make this right here just a little more special for you guys, so you're not just rewatching the same thing you may already know. I'm actually also going to be showing some actual methods to stop your game from crashing, rather than just showing you how to sort of revive your game if it does crash. So yeah, in this video you'll kind of learn how to decrease those crashes and stop them from happening completely, and then, you know, if they do happen, you can kind of save yourself a bit. But just quickly before this video starts, all I want to say, if you guys do click onto the video, you do happen to enjoy it, or if you do just want to help me out, you can drop a like. You guys don't understand how much that helps me. It literally takes 2 seconds and is widely appreciated. You can also go the extra mile, subscribe to the channel with post notifications turned on, therefore you never miss an upload just like this on the channel. You know, just give me the chance, and later down the line you can always unsubscribe if you no longer enjoy my content. And yeah, let's just stop with a long intro and just get straight into it. So yeah, the first thing I'm going to do is just hop straight into the method as to what you can do if your game does happen to crash, and kind of how you can literally just save your game from crashing and stop the crash from occurring, or at least making your game actually close. So first of all, shout out to Debris. This is like his method. He was the one who I guess found this method to fix your game when it crashes. So go and follow him, whatever. All credit goes to him. But I'm going to show the tweet on screen right now. This is the tweet he made. He actually posted on Twitter to like spread awareness, and it literally is 3 steps in fixing your game, and he did provide a video to show you kind of proof of him doing it himself and it working. So I guess what I'm going to do is just play the footage, play the video out right now for you guys so you can just watch it.
Game just crashed. Like, this guy's boxing up because he knows he's gonna get fucking shit on. What's the score? 3-3? Yeah.
So yeah, you've just seen the video. It's crazy. It literally works. The method to it, I'll put like text on screen with like all the steps, but basically what you do is I guess I'll show his footage in the background again, but you can see here his game freezes, it crashes. So what he has to do at this point, the game's frozen, so he'd kind of have to close out his game or just go into task manager and completely kill the task, and then he'd just have to restart his Fortnite because it's just completely frozen or crashed. But what he does instead, he does Control Alt Delete. He then presses switch users, he logs in again, and then it'll bring him to this screen right here. He basically just has to relog into his like Windows account or PC. He then puts his password in, his pin, and then bang, he's just back in the game. Like, it's unfroze. He's playing his games, I guess fully functioning, it's working fine, and he just goes on to play the game like it's unfroze. It no longer is going to crash, and yeah, he didn't have to end the task, didn't have to close his game or anything. It's literally that simple. Like, it's crazy. And I know a ton of pros actually were hiding this. You can kind of go on his tweet and look at the comments. Pros actually knew this. There were pros that knew this and kind of kept it a secret, but then there was also pros that completely didn't know this. And I seen like a tweet from Elevate, and he was like, the amount of money I've lost and not knowing this, like, that's crazy. A lot of pros have their games crash at the worst times where like money's on the line, and if they knew this, that would have helped them so much. It's unbelievable. But yeah, overall this method's insane. I will mention now there are some, I guess, exceptions to it. So if you are to save your game, if it does crash using this method, you can play out the game for as long as possible after fixing the game, but it will probably end up just crashing again, or eventually just closing completely where you can't save it. So what I would recommend is, if you do save it for maybe a game, finish that game and then actually restart your Fortnite, because not only will it just crash on its own anyway and just force close, if that just doesn't happen, you can tend to have audio issues after you fix your game, sometimes visual issues, because obviously it's crashing for a reason. Usually it's due to hardware, GPU or CPU potentially bottlenecking and causing your game to crash, or just something else which is just tripping the game, of course, and just causing it to completely close. It doesn't crash for no reason. Something is causing using that. So try and restart your game as soon as possible after using this method. And now that's out of the way, what I'm actually going to do now is give you like 3 tips as to how you can actually minimize your game crashing and just stop this issue completely. So guys, I'm over my desktop right now. The first one I'm going to mention is something you can do if you are getting some crashes, maybe just out of nowhere your game's beginning to crash again and you just don't know why it's crashing. It could generally just be because your Fortnite cache is kind of just full. So as you just see me do there, you do want to go to your Fortnite game folder. So you do %local app data %, and you should have the folder here. If that doesn't work, you can type in run, go right here, type in %app data %, press OK, go back to app data, go to local, and then it basically just takes you to the exact same file here. And then what you want to find is Fortnite game. So as you can see, I've already done this exact thing I'm going to mention, but what you can do to reset your Fortnite cache is just rename your Fortnite game folder. So just literally right click it, press rename, and you can just change it to anything else. So usually you can just change it to Fortnite game 1. Is then what that will do is it will kind of make the one you rename completely just useless, inactive. It will just throw it to the side and it won't need to be used again. Like eventually you can just delete the one you renamed, which is originally your main folder, the one you're always using, but it kind of becomes unimportant because when you actually open your game again, so you know when you open up your Epic Games launcher and you are just to launch Fortnite, what it does on the launch of Fortnite, it kind of just automatically creates this Fortnite game folder if there's not one already there. So obviously when you rename it, Fortnite game isn't a folder, like it can't find the Fortnite game folder. So then your Fortnite automatically on launch will create another Fortnite game folder, and that will then act as your main folder. So if you ever want to change anything, your game user settings, anything like that, you'll change it in the new folder created. And basically, yeah, what that'll do is it will reset your cache, which can potentially save your game from crashing because it could just be that your cache is full. And as I'm in the launch right now, I may as well mention this as well. If you are getting your game crashing, it could just be a simple fix such as verifying your game. So you can just go here and just press verify. Honestly, things such as verifying your game, I'll do even once a week potentially. And things like renaming your Fortnite game folder and resetting the cache, I actually do that probably once a month. So usually around every new season, which I know is usually longer than once a month, but I kind of do it every 4 weeks. But at minimum, every time there's a new Fortnite season, what you will want to do is rename your Fortnite game folder, because with a new season, usually that cache will get full and a lot of new stuff will be added. So doing that is kind of ideal. Doing this as well can actually boost FPS and performance. If your game is feeling choppy, it's a great thing to do. So yeah, it actually does help in that sense as well. And they're kind of the 2 main things you'd want to do. Now some more internal stuff. So go over to your Windows search and type in graphics or graphic settings, and you should find this right here. Right here it should say graphics performance preference, and basically what you want to do is actually create, I guess, a preference for Fortnite. So as you can see, I have my Fortnite running at high performance, which a lot of you guys won't have. So the way you do that is you just press browse. You will have to just look, I guess, for Fortnite. Go to Fortnite game, binaries, and Win64. So this is the directory. This is how you'd have to get there. And once you're here, you'll want to basically click on the one that says Fortnite client Win64 shipping and just press add. I already have mine added. But yeah, once added, you want to just basically click on it, go to options, and just make sure it's kind of on the highest graphics preference. So mine is high performance. It should be the same for you. So yeah, just select it, press save. Now Fortnite basically has priority over any other application on your PC. So when Fortnite is basically running, it's running at a high performance and priority over any other applications, background applications, anything which is running alongside the game. This is great because it basically means, I don't know, Google, Discord is never running or taking up any more memory, GPU usage, anything at any point in time more than Fortnite is. So this will basically put all your hardware and systems performance will just be dedicated to Fortnite. It's like kind of that simple, and then it'll ensure Fortnite has all the power it needs, just I guess not to bottleneck or for anything else to cause Fortnite to crash, maybe because that's then taking the performance Fortnite would usually need. Hopefully that makes sense. I kind of made that a bit complicated. It sounded better in my head, but yeah, just make sure this is all done. Okay, so now that's out the way, and the final thing I'm going to mention is for anyone who's using or potentially overclocking your GPU. So if you're using any softwares, any third parties to overclock your GPU, honestly, just don't use them. Even the smallest overclock on certain softwares can affect your GPU massively and just really tip it over the edge to then bottleneck, and again, that will be causing your game to crash. I already mentioned it before, bottlenecking your CPU or GPU can cause Fortnite to crash. I actually know this myself. I used to use a lower end PC, a 1050 Ti GPU, and I was overclocking with that, and it used to be fine, and then I lowered my overclock, I hid it, I messed with it a little bit, and then that really kept tipping it over the edge. I thought, you know what, I'm just gonna lower it. Maybe the overclock is too much, and no matter how low I made the overclock, my game would still crash at certain points. Although it may take a few hours, my game was still crashing when I was playing it, and it should just never crash at all. I then completely uninstalled Afterburner, which is the software I was overclocking through, and then I just came to realize realized no matter how small the overclock is, that application on the whole was just really messing with my Fortnite. So honestly, even if you use it just to boost your fans, it could be an issue. So if I was you, I'd try closing it, uninstalling it, or just not using it for a bit and just see if that helps any what, or just stops your game from crashing. I found that did work for me. I'm not sure if it's just due to the overclock being too big, or just generally the fact it's making changes to your GPU, or it could just be the application and software itself and just something a part of that which does cause those crashes to Fortnite. I'm generally not too sure, but all I know is Afterburner is not the best to use. So if you use it, just stop using it. And I guess that goes for any third-party software which is tweaking with your GPU. And yeah, that goes through Experian. But guys, that is about it for the video. There isn't much more I want to cover or talk about. They are kind of the only tips I have. And if your game is still crashing, I guess it could be due to weak hardware. Like, I really don't know. My game did crash a lot more when I had a lower end system. Honestly, since I've upgraded and took on all of these tips I just gave you, I'm consistently verifying my game, clearing the cache, all of that stuff. I've also had my PC optimized. I have a pretty hefty system. Since then, my game has never crashed. Like, I haven't had my Fortnite crash in literally 6 months. So if my game was just to randomly crash now, I'd seriously think that was an issue, because it just never happens. Like, maybe I'm lucky, I don't know. It just never happens to me. My game never crashes. Probably the tips I've just gave you, like, not many people know about them. But yeah, if you did get to the end, the least you can do for me is drop a like on the video. Helps out way more than you think. Subscribe to the channel, therefore you never miss an upload just like this. I hope this video could help you, and I also hope you guys have an amazing day. But yeah, it's been your boy Fxtch, and yeah, peace.